We're going to talk about individual records in more detail. In our previous video, we had narrowed down our 13 results to the 4 best options for a 6-year-old. We had already placed a hold at Jarrettsville for this title here, so let's go into our second title. Selecting the link, I can see more about this. I'm going to go directly to full display here. For most customers, the only information they're really going to be interested in is in this first window at the very top. So it tells me the format. Is it a book or CDs or is it a DVD? We'd already limited our results to print books when we started, so I'm not surprised to see that listed there. Description again is helpful, gives you some idea of how long it is, what type of book, does it have illustrations or not. Summary is again gives you an idea of the contents. And then subjects are also helpful. It lets you know exactly what this book is about, who it's about, the main topics. Going further down, you get into detail that probably is more important to you as the library staff member. So contents and notes sometimes give you a better sense of the stories or content inside. Here it's the individual story titles. In fiction books and even nonfiction, it'll usually be the names of the chapters, the different chapter titles here. Sometimes a customer will ask about a book by ISBN, and there is a way to search that way in the PAC and in Polaris. If you do need an exact match for the ISBN for the customer, this is where you can verify that. The ISBN is the International Standard Book Number, and it's not used widely in a library to search, but when customers talk with customer service in a bookstore, or if they search on Amazon, they'll usually have that information and expect us to find it by that number. System availability is how many copies we have in Harford County Public Library for this title. And looking below directly in availability, it's going to tell us 3 main things about each item. So 1, what's the call number? In most cases, as you'd expect, the call number is the same regardless of which item or where it is. There are sometimes small differences. For example, we do have some classic book titles, think of like Charles Dickens or Victor Hugo. It might have a call number that's adult fiction and one that's reading list, which is where we tend to keep those classics. But again, in most cases, it's going to be the same for every single item as it is here. The second piece of information beyond call number is where is the book located, or where was it last located. In this case, all of our items are checked out, not surprising, popular topic. Abingdon, Bel Air, Darlington is where this item last got checked out. And then when is it due back over here. So we have checked out is the status, and then the due date. Now, an important detail to share with customers is that items in Harford County Public Library generally float. By saying that we have a floating collection in HCPL, it means that if a book is checked out from a branch, it can potentially be returned somewhere else and stay there. So in this case, I know I want this book. It's due back on July 21st at Jarrettsville, my main branch. But I have no guarantee that the person who checked it out is going to return it there, or that if it is returned somewhere else, it'll be sent back to Jarrettsville. The customer who has it out now might very well return it to Fallston. So it's very important when you're working with customers to explain to them that the best option to get material, if it's not directly available where they want to pick it up today, is to place a hold request. By placing a hold, you guarantee that the first item that gets returned is going to be sent either to you or the first person in line for the particular title. One more set of helpful information in the detailed record, or the summary here, is the suggestions and more. So once a customer finds an item that fits their reader or themselves, they can see if there's similar books that are a better